Welcome to Under 4-Minute Math. This is going to cover adding and subtracting integers using sorting and a number line. Going to start off with a little review. Reminder that the sign to the left is the sign of the number. So here to the left, the 17 doesn't have anything, so that's an invisible plus sign. So we have positive 17. And then to the left here, we have a minus 89. Minus means negative, so negative 89. Down here, we have a negative 30, sign to the left. Here we have the opposite of negative 62. So the opposite of any negative means it is a positive. In this case, positive 62. We have a plus 5, which is positive, and then we have plus a negative 11. So sign to the left here tells us negative 11. Let's practice sorting some of these. So we have a negative 9, and then we have negative 5. Here we have a positive 23 and a negative 62. Then we have a negative 8, and the opposite of negative 100, opposite of a negative, is a positive 100. So now we're going to connect the boxes in sorting to a number line and how to find the final answer for these types of expressions. So first we have a negative 4, and then we have the opposite of negative 7, which has changed to a positive 7. Negatives tell us to go to the left and positives tell us to go to the right on a number line. So we always start at 0. We have nothing to start with in an expression. And then the first term tells us where to go. So we're going to be going left 4 because we have a negative 4. Now, we're not going to go back to 0 and do the positive 7. So this is what you do not do because we are at negative 4 right now. Negative 4 has happened, and then we are adding 7 to that negative 4. So instead of this, we'll be doing this. So you start from the negative 4 and go back to the right 7 units. Now what's happened is we've turned around and we returned to 0 and gone further. So when we turned around, because we had to go to the right, we've lost distance from 0. Whenever this overlap happens, that means we have to subtract the two numbers because we have to subtract out the overlap to find out what is left. So if we do 7 minus 4, we get 3, and that's where we end up because negative 4, and then if you count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you are at positive 3. Here's the next one. We start with a negative 3, and then minus 5 is a negative 5. So once again, we're going to start at 0, and negative tells us to go to the left. So negative 3 takes us here, and then we're not going back to 0 and doing this because we're not at 0 anymore. We're at negative 3. So instead of going back there, we're going to build off of where we already were because we're going more negative, more to the left. So negative 3 and then negative 5 more. That means we're going to add because we're going left and then left again. And to figure out where this ends us up at, we can add these together and get negative 8. That's it for this Under 4-Minute Math video. I hope you've learned how to add and subtract integers with sorting and number lines.